but I saw it again recently. Well, not recently. I think it was last year. Last year for the anniversary of Enter the Dragon, and it was so funny. I went with my homie, and I almost feel bad for my homie because I was like losing my mind.
Yeah.
And the theater was like maybe like 15 people in it, and I was losing my mind. And then even when I wasn't losing my mind, I was verbatim like saying all the words. Before they'd say it, so I was probably annoying the hell out of my homie. You know? I mean, he seems like he was down for it. You know, he loves Enter the Dragon too.
Sure.
But
I love Enter
I was
the
just,
Dragon. Jesus.
It's the best. It's
Oh
the
my
best.
God.
You know,
I got one coming up.
Okay, cool.
Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Hey.
Yeah.
And Phantom Menace is gonna re-release too in theaters.
Yeah, that's where I'm. That's what I'm gonna go see.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. That's
we'll
that's
see.
Amazing. Let's go.
Is it?
Well,
it's something.
I'll say this. When I went, and you know I'm not a fan of the prequels, right? And you know now I have more of appreciation, but that's kind of lame, right? I have an appreciation because the sequel trilogy is that bad that now I appreciate the prequel trilogy. It's not because I appreciate the prequel trilogy. It's because something else they did worse. And so then I was like, oh, they could do worse than they did. I thought this was as bad. Now I appreciate this not being as bad as it could have been, I guess. You know what I mean? But I'll say this. When Phantom Menace came out, I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
Went with my family. My dad took me. I was super amped to go. Like, amped to go. We went opening night. It was packed. Everyone's packed. Everyone's there. Everyone's dressed has their lightsabers. No one's complaining because we all love it. We're all there for it, right? So we don't care what costume is blocking our view or what. Everyone's standing anyways. It's amazing, you know. I love that. I just love that feeling of the movies, right? As the movie plays, and when I got out of the movie, I was really, really upset. I was like, what the hell was that, dude?
George!
And my dad was surprised because my dad was like, you didn't like it? And I was like, no, that was crap.
You did?
Yeah, no, he didn't. He also did it.
You're going to have to walk home.
No, but the cool thing about my dad was that he was like, okay, like, I got my version of Star Wars when I was a kid. Like, I got my Star Wars. And, like, this was for you. Like, my dad went with that mentality.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't like trying to, I don't think he even cared at that point if the lore was the lore. I don't think he cared, you know, because we walked out and he's like, hey, so like, what'd you think about that movie? And I looked at him and I was like, I kind of don't really want to talk about it. It's like, he's like, that bad, huh? And I was like, it's worse. It's worse. I'm really pissed. They changed a lot of things that, you know, and I'm down for change, but like, they changed things that didn't need changing. And if you're going to change, like, I'm all down for someone having their own take or making it different, you know, in its own way. It still has to be the essence of Star Wars. Like, I don't know, like, it has to be an adaptation of the theme and the essence that we know Star Wars to be.
Yeah.
You know, not an adaptation of what we think that is. It ends up being like plasticky, not real. I don't know. It just seemed like kind of like the whole metachlorians thing that pissed me off.
That's what I don't. That has no pass for me.
Yeah,
in
right?
any world,
it has
my
no
friend,
pass.
My
dude.
friend Brian is a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Also a man of faith.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he will defend that. The whole
That
metachlorian.
doesn't make any sense.
It goes from faith to hard science.
If he's New Testament, it makes sense.
he's a Scientologist.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's down to rewrite canon.
Yeah,
so he's down for rewriting the lore.
Praise Lord Zeno.
Yeah, right. If he's down with New Testament, he's like, yeah, the old one we kind of messed up. You know, like it's cool.
You know, Tom Cruise was almost in a Star Wars movie.
Oh my goodness. Dang.
Yeah.
It's probably Phantom Menace. No, but what I will say about Phantom Menace, right? I like the concept of Qui-Gon. I thought that was, I think they could have done more with that.
Yeah.
You know, because he made like, I wanted to believe that he was very wise. I did. And I thought the character was cool because I thought he was the only one that's really kind of a proponent of what the Jedi should really be. But he made very dumb choices that even me as a
slave owner.
Yeah, I was like, wait, like this doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know. It just
Qui-Gon, you own slaves.
Yeah, like what, bro? And so I thought that was, but I really wanted to like Qui-Gon, you know, because of what I said. Because I thought that the Jedi, even as a kid, even though I liked the Jedi, even as a kid knowing only Star Wars, I did think that, again, I don't want to be the girl siding with Joker quotes, you know, and saying that the Sith gets some stuff right, but I did, even as a kid, I thought the Jedi were kind of like arrogant. Before they kind of introduced that, even in the prequel trilogy, when I would read the expanded universe and when I would watch the originals, I was like, man, these Jedi, like, I don't know, like the Sith kind of have some, like, I wouldn't go full blown Sith here, but like this full blown Jedi stuff, like you're kind of restricting, like let's help everyone whenever you want. Like, what is this whole I don't know, balance the Republic? Like, would Superman be down with that? I don't know. Like
these Jedi.
Yeah.
Something has to be done about them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I guess I was like, and there's no real such thing as like a gray Jedi, but I guess I was that before that concept was even introduced. Especially because I was reading a lot of EU stuff anyways. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's the prequels, man. I didn't like the Metachlorians. I didn't like that Qui-Gon was like, man, he looks cool. His theme is cool, but he makes dumb choices. And then Darth Maul was really cool, but it was almost like a Venom, you know, like where you just introduce, at least Venom's opening, you know, he was introduced in the 90s. So I was young enough to like be there for Venom's first comic. And so I remember when they introduced characters like Venom and Carnage, they were just for the look.
Yeah, no,
like they weren't really for the depth of the character.
Yeah.
And I felt that Darth Maul was that, although really cool. Just like I loved Venom, even though there wasn't that much depth to him. I loved Venom. Same with Darth Maul. I love Darth Maul, so I'm not talking trash about him. Ray Park, I love him.
Of course. So. Well, Darth Vader was introduced for the look.
Yeah, right. See, exactly,
so,
right?
Look what they did with him.
Yeah, right.
And look what they did to him.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So so Darth Maul I liked, and I do have to say the pod racing. That was,
those are the same two things.
Yeah.
and you know what? My forecast is going. I can't believe I just said my forecast, but my premonition.
Yeah.
What I expect to happen is that the pod race and the fucking Darth Maul fight at the end. When I go see this movie in the theaters,
make everyone to go nuts.
Those are the only 2 points you're gonna hear anything other than. in that fucking movie.
Other than that, yeah. No, it's true. Because what other parts?
Jake Lloyd.
Yeah.
Jake Lloyd, bro. I'm a person, and my name is Anakin. If I hear one child laugh at Jar Jar, I might leave.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, talk about inclusion, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Wait, I do not know what you are talking about.
Oh, my goodness. Dude, Liam Neeson, Jake Lloyd even, they're all great for acting with, like, that Jar Jar next to them, like, geez, dude.
I mean, listen, the white folk are just normal human beings.
Yeah, right.
Everyone else
is a creature.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't have
Watto, bro.
Yeah, Jesus.
That definitely would not fly with the IDF right now.
No, dude. I know for a fact it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would.
Damn,
and right now.
And you can't fool me. I know that those pit droids in the engineering shit for the pod race. I know those are Mexicans.
Yeah,
I know for a fact.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny that you say about that?
That it's true.
That it's true, man. It's true, man. But no, there's a scene with the droids when Grievous is about to light up his sabers.
Yeah.
You see in the back, if you pay attention, you could see the droids kind of like hitting each other and pointing and like, hey, he's about to light up he's about to do the thing, you know? They're like talking, having a conversation.
Yeah.
And then one like looks over and is like, hey, elbows him. He's like, hey, look.
What the hell's
and
going on?
and he starts lighting up his stuff. It's like, oh man.
Yo, check it out. The worst lightsaber fight.
They are
in
the
history.
They are the chismosos.
Yo, fool.
Hey, yo, fool, look at that fool over
We
there.
could do a whole dub of the prequels.
Yeah, we could.
Every droid has voiced it with like Cheech Marin voice, George Lopez and everything.
I would say do the Jew, but they already did it for us with Watto, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wow, they did.
They did.
No, it's just they're an alien race.
No, and they did not care, man.
No.
It was like, bro, the little trunk on his face. Like, what are you doing?
Well, I mean,
like, this is crazy.
The Trade Federation, the Nemoidians.
Oh my goodness.
Always some white boy gotta invoke the Holy Trilogy. Bust this. Those movies are about how the white man keeps the brother man down, even in a galaxy far, far away. You got Darth Vader, the blackest brother in the galaxy, Nubian god.
What's a Nubian?
Shut the fuck up.
That was see, that's what's crazy. And I think maybe Disney's now like maybe they realize and they're trying to course correct, but they're course correcting way too far. Like any white character, they're just like, okay, turn into a black female. Any female, they're like, turn into a white man. Like they just don't even know what they're doing. We owe people.
Ray wasn't transracial.
No, that's
for the next film.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, if she gets with Finn, who knows?
Yeah, I wasn't a Rey fan. I wasn't a fan of the sequel trilogy.
All right,
Force Awakens I was. But.
Let's leave it there because this is already enough to.
Yeah.
I thought
another podcast.
I thought that Lightspeed was gonna take the channel down.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be this.
It's gonna be this for sure.
The truth.
Yeah, the truth. Get it here.
That's the video. This excerpt.
Yeah.
The truth about the prequels.
Right.
With the big red arrow, the magnifying glass.
The behind the scenes with people that have never been behind the scenes.